Here we have Novarel. Novarel is another brand name of an HCG trigger shot. If you do receive Novarel, please know that you'll receive 2 boxes. Each box will contain a unit of powder containing 5,000 units of HCG Novarel and a vial of sterile water. Unless otherwise directed by your physician, you will have a 10,000 unit dose of HCG trigger, whether it be Novarel or another brand or generic. Since Novarel only comes in 5,000 units, that's why you'll receive 2 of each. To do your injection, please open your boxes of Novarel. You will set out one 5,000 unit vial of powder, another 5,000 unit vial of powder, and you only need 1 of these sterile waters. The materials needed are a 3 ml syringe with a 22 gauge 1.5 inch needle attached. That needle is used for mixing purposes only. This needle is used for mixing purposes only. Once the medication is dissolved and drawn up into the syringe, we will swap this needle out for the smaller subcutaneous needle for injection. Once you have all your materials laid out in front of you, you'll first draw up 1 milliliter of air. These are pressurized vials, so injecting the air in prior to drawing out the fluid will make it much easier to draw it back into the syringe. I will remove my cap. I'm going to inject my 1 milliliter of air into my vial of sterile water. Turn upside down, and you want to hold it in a straight up and down line, and you're going to draw out 1 milliliter of this sterile water. If you need to pull your needle down further because you're drawing air, you can do so, and I'm just going to push excess air back into the vial. Here is my 1 milliliter of sterile water, and any excess sterile water will not be needed, so you can set that to the side. I'm going to take my first vial of powder containing 5,000 units of Novarel, and I'm going to inject my sterile water into the vial, and then I push the hub of the needle all the way to the vial, and I gently swirl it until it's dissolved. Once it's dissolved, it will be clear, not cloudy, and then you will see a very small window in the hub of the vial, and I'm going to use that to pull my needle down so that just the tip is in there and you can see where you're at, and I'm going to draw out my dissolved medication. I do have excess air in my syringe, so I'm just going to push that back up into the vial. What I put in was 1 milliliter, and that is what I should get out. I double check that my vial is empty. So now we've got 5,000 units of Novarel dissolved into 1 milliliter of sterile water, but remember, unless otherwise instructed, you need 10,000 units. So you're going to grab that second vial of powder, and I am going to add that mixed up medication to the second vial of powder and repeat. Gently swirl it until it's dissolved, and once it's clear, we're going to use that window, peek down where you can see your needle tip, and just the tip of my needle is in that vial so I can draw out the full volume of fluid. I'm going to push back my excess air. I double check that my vial is empty, and here I have 1 milliliter of fluid containing my 10,000 units of Novarel powder. Here I have my 1 milliliter of fluid containing my 10,000 units of Novarel powder. We are now ready for injection, so we are going to carefully recap your needle. That needle twists off, and I'm going to take the small subcutaneous needle and we're going to twist that on. Now that we've had the Novarel drawn up, we're ready for injection, so we're going to prep the injection site. This is a subcutaneous injection to be administered in the belly or the thigh, whichever site of your choosing. You'll take an alcohol prep pad and you will swab the site in a circular outward motion and then let it air dry for a few seconds. Remove the cap from your needle, and whether it be belly or thigh, you're going to gently pinch the skin, and then perpendicular to the skin, go straight in, release the pinch, and then you can administer the injection.